Fear is loud. Intuition is quiet. Fear always arrives first. It speaks loudly, urgently, and convincingly. It tells you what could go wrong. It shows you every possible failure before you even begin. Intuition is nothing like that. Intuition doesn't rush you. It doesn't shout. It doesn't pressure. It waits. And because fear is loud, most people assume it is smart. They confuse urgency with wisdom. They confuse anxiety with truth. But fear does not come from intelligence. It comes from memory. Fear is built from past pain, conditioning, and survival instincts. It looks backward, not forward. Its job is to protect you from repeating what once hurt you, even if that pain no longer applies. Carl Jung understood this deeply. He believed fear often rises from the unconscious, shaped by experiences we never fully processed. Intuition, on the other hand, does not come from the past. It comes from awareness. It speaks softly because it doesn't need to convince you. It simply knows. And yet, most people spend their lives obeying fear because fear sounds confident. Intuition sounds uncertain only because it doesn't explain itself. And that difference changes everything.
How fear learned to control you. Fear didn't become powerful overnight. It learned control slowly. As a child, fear kept you safe. It taught you what not to touch, what not to say, what not to risk. But somewhere along the way, fear stopped protecting you and started limiting you. You learned that approval equals safety, that mistakes equal rejection, that uncertainty equals danger. So fear began speaking for you. It told you to choose security over meaning, comfort over growth, certainty over truth. Jung called this domination by the ego, the part of you that craves control and avoids uncertainty at all costs. Fear loves control. Intuition does not. Intuition asks you to trust something you cannot fully explain. Fear demands guarantees. So you listened to fear. You stayed in places that drained you. You chose paths that didn't fulfill you. You ignored quiet nudges because fear had better reasons. And slowly, life began to feel smaller. Not because you lacked potential, but because fear was driving.
The nature of intuition. Intuition is not emotion. It is not impulse. It is not wishful thinking. Intuition is calm. It doesn't come with panic. It doesn't bring tension to your body. It doesn't overwhelm your thoughts. It feels clear, even when the decision is difficult. Jung believed intuition was a bridge between the conscious mind and the deeper self, a form of inner intelligence that sees patterns logic cannot. That's why intuition often doesn't make sense at first. It sees what you cannot yet see. You felt it before. That quiet knowing that something wasn't right, even when everything looked perfect. That sudden clarity that appeared without effort. That pull toward a direction you couldn't justify. That was intuition. Fear asks, what if this goes wrong? Intuition asks, what if this is true? Fear tightens your chest. Intuition brings a strange sense of calm. And once you learn to feel the difference, you can no longer confuse them.
Why ignoring intuition creates regret. Most regret does not come from failure. It comes from not listening. You regret the chance you didn't take, the truth you didn't speak, the path you didn't follow. not because it would have been easy, but because it felt right. Jung believed that ignoring the self creates inner conflict, and inner conflict eventually becomes emotional pain. When you ignore intuition long enough, life becomes heavy. You feel stuck, disconnected, restless. Fear keeps you safe, but intuition keeps you alive. Fear avoids loss. Intuition seeks meaning, and meaning is worth risk. Ignoring intuition doesn't protect you from pain, it delays it.
What happens when you trust intuition? The moment you trust intuition, something shifts. Not outside, inside. You feel lighter, clearer, more grounded. You stop overthinking every decision. You stop asking everyone for approval. You stop fighting yourself. Life doesn't suddenly become perfect, but it becomes aligned. You begin to notice something powerful. Fear weakens when intuition leads. You still feel fear, but it no longer controls you. Jung called this alignment with the self, when the deeper wisdom of who you are guides your choices. Decisions feel honest, boundaries feel natural, even challenges feel meaningful. You are no longer reacting, you are responding.
Living beyond fear. Fear will never disappear, and it shouldn't. Fear protects the body. Intuition guides the soul. The problem is not fear. The problem is letting fear decide your life. When intuition leads, fear becomes information, not authority. You learn to ask a different question, not what am I afraid of, but what feels true. And that question changes everything, because intuition is not smarter than fear in words, it is smarter in wisdom. It sees the path before you can explain it. It moves you toward growth, not comfort. It leads you to the life you were meant to live. Fear reacts to the past. Intuition prepares you for the future. And when you finally trust it, life stops shrinking and starts expanding.